Robert Norman Ross was born October 29, 1942, in Daytona Beach, Florida. Ross made painting easy for his viewers, and each 30-minute episode showed them how to do some sort of oil painting technique that he'd break down into several simple steps. He was said to be a very soft-spoken man, and has been likened to Fred Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, as he also had a similar way of speaking. Even so, during his career in the U.S. Air Force, one of the things he did was be a drill instructor where he had to yell at people. So once out of the military, he vowed to never yell at anyone ever again. He made it to the rank of Master Sergeant, and at one point was stationed in Eielson AFB in Alaska, which is where he saw the landscapes of snow and trees that would inspire his paintings later in his life. In fact, his Air Force career of 20 years is where he got interested in painting after he took an art class at the USO Club. Later on, he got further inspired by a TV show called The Magic of Oil Painting by Bill Alexander, a German painter. Alexander taught a process called wet on wet, or otherwise known as alla prima, where he could finish a painting in less than half an hour. Ross became quite good at this manner of painting and began to sell paintings done using an Alaskan gold panning pan with the Alaskan snowy landscapes painted onto them, which actually earned him more than his military salary. One thing many didn't know about Ross was that he lost part of his left index finger while helping his father do carpentry, but the injury didn't hurt his painting ability or affect the way he held his paint palette. He's also known for his wild permed hairstyle, which he started keeping his hair that way because it was cheaper than getting a crew cut like he had done while he was in the military. He kept this style all during his painting career, even though he actually hated it at one point, but thought it would hurt his brand if he stopped using that hairstyle he was known for, since the silhouette of the haircut was his logo for his business. That business came about after he studied under Alexander and was a part of the Alexander Magic Art Supplies Company as a salesman and teacher. But one of his students, Annette Kowalski, convinced him he was good enough to make a go of it on his own, and she, along with Ross and his wife, invested their life savings into his company. That company, which was Bobross Inc., eventually turned into a business worth at least $15 million, although he wasn't paid by PBS. It sold art supplies, how-to books, and featured painting instructors who taught what they called the Bobross method. Ross had several funny catchphrases he often used in his painting show. One was "happy little trees," which he often called the trees in his paintings, and would clean his brush off by hitting it sharply onto either a can of paint thinner or a trash can, and say he had hit the bucket. He also would laugh and smile a lot, and he did it to beat the devil out of it. He often said he believed everyone has some sort of artistic ability, and given time, practice, and encouragement, they could become famous too. Ross painted more than 30,000 paintings in his life, and rarely included people or signs of any humanity. Usually his paintings consisted of trees, clouds, mountains, lakes, and occasionally a cabin, but never any smoke coming from the chimneys. Ross died in 1995, and although Bobross is no longer alive, his influence is still prevalent in media today. If you like this video, give us a like and tell us in the comments what you would like to see next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.